Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aiken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an aspect of the race that might be a path to finding the winner. Well, a quick turnaround and Saturday racing this weekend in Hong Kong. The first race we're going to take a look at is race 8, where our winning factor is the trial. So this is a Class 4 over 1400 metres. A number of chances here, including the last start winner Enjoy Golf, a promising 3-year-old, and so is Zac Purton's ride Chateau Neuf. All Riches always commands respect in these races. Sweet Smile is improving, and Ballistic Win and Master of All have been racing well too. But I think the most attention the market will have is on the rides of Hugh Bowman, that's Travel Golf, and Zac Purton, Chateau Neuf. So let's have a look at what they've been doing. First of all, we're going to look at Enjoy Golf's latest run, race 736. He's in gate 7, yellow and purple colours, and he wins the start, and that was really key in this race, which didn't have any clear leader. Bowman takes advantage of that and outplays his rivals, going straight to the top, dictating the speed. And the heat map tells the story: a slow 800 metres in the middle of the race before a sharp sprint down the straight. And Enjoy Golf looks good, sprinting well clear to run out a comfortable winner. Now, to the eye, a very impressive win, but there was an awful lot in his favour there, the way the race was run. And you could say the same about Chateau Neuf at his most recent start back in May. This is race 648 at Happy Valley, gate 11 here in red and purple. And he jumps okay, but Zac Purton lets Chateau Neuf drift back, and that suits the pace, which is very competitive up front. Again, we see the heat map telling a story. Purton gets over to 2 off the rail, but near the rear, a long way from the leaders, but he is benefiting from a hot pace. Now, it's still an impossible start to give. As the leaders tire, Chateau Neuf is the eye-catcher, however, flashing home into a close third. No doubt flattered there by a crazy speed up front that did flatter the run-on horses, but it must be remembered that at that time Happy Valley was giving some assistance to the leaders, so Chateau Neuf had the bias against him at that time and was still able to run the race that he did. Now, that looked like a horse ready for 1400 metres. David Hayes took him to 1400 metres for his next start. However, there was an incident at the barriers. He was scratched at the start and injured himself. And so the question now, 2 months on from that run at Happy Valley, is how is Chateau Neuf doing these days? And this is his video in preparation for this race. Now, this is 12 days ago. It's batch 2 on June 25, and gate 9 in red and purple colours again. Chateau Neuf jumps well enough, but Zac Purton once again in no hurry on the horse, happy to steady towards the rear with the horse running just a touch fresh. Now, on the home turn, Zac has some trouble with his goggles, you can see, but soon after straightening, he comes out, he fires Chateau Neuf up to produce a sprint, and he shows really good acceleration for about 200 metres before Purton powers him down again in the last 100 metres, having done everything that he wanted to see. So a really good pass mark for that trial, I thought, and he should even be able to come on from that. But as I've discussed, both of these horses heavily favoured by race shape last time they ran. How does the map look for them this time? Now, we saw Enjoy Golf with a soft lead last start, but I don't see that happening this time. We've got regular leaders like Amazing Duck and especially All Riches engaged. I don't think that's a problem. Hughie Bowman will put Enjoy Golf sitting behind them this time, but it does take away that advantage of total control that he had last time. Likewise, Chateau Neuf doesn't get that crazy pace that he had at Happy Valley, but up to 1400 metres and with a much better draw this time in gate 5, he shouldn't be giving away such a big start. So neither horse is getting a flattering map this time, but both will get their chance. But for me, the tip in race 8 is Chateau Neuf. His winning factor, the trial. Now, I think a number of horses get a good setup here in a race that looks well run, certainly for the horses we've identified, Happy Golf and Chateau Neuf. But the big question really for Chateau Neuf is how he's going after that mishap at the barriers last month. I think that trial told us everything we need to know, and that's a tick for Saturday's race. The other race I want to take a look at on Saturday is race 9, and our winning factor here, the Rising Star. So this is a Class 3, 1400 metres, and there will be fans of Gracious Express and the Last Start winner Greenwich, but I think much of the discussion will be around 3-year-olds rising in class, John Size trained the Winnerby and Francis Loy's King Miles. Now these are both horses showing some promise off very little racing so far. King Miles winning 2 of his 5 starts to date, and the Winnerby with 2 wins from as many starts. So let's take a look at their recent performances. Race 716 and gate 5 here for Vincent Ho in red and white colours on King Miles, who jumps well. But Ho doesn't want to lead, so he lets a few others go, and he takes up a great spot 4 lengths off the front as 2 leaders come away and compete for the front. Now, on the heat map we see that it's actually not a mad pace, but the first do soften each other up, and that suits King Miles. And then when we turn for home, he rounds them up quickly. Now the leader does kick back here in the last 100 metres, but King Miles with the big weight keeps going and is never really going to lose. And 6 days later, we saw the Winnerby step out for his second start over 1200 metres, having won in good style at his debut over that distance. This is race 735. He's in gate 2 with orange and brown colours, and the Winnerby not the first out, but jumps okay, then settles midfield with quite a soft trip. Now, the heat map once again does tell us a story. It's the worst race shape for a horse trying to make up ground. It's a slow first 400 metres, the pace picks up mid-race, and then picks up again with a fast final 400 metres. So the race shape is perfect for the leader. And the leader, he comes away from the field and in most circumstances would be the winner, but he still doesn't have an answer for the Winnerby, who gives him 12 pounds, but still is able to give him a start and sprint faster than him. So the Winnerby scores there with something in hand, and the visual doesn't really tell the full story, beating a horse Fantastic Choice who's just handy, but he does give him plenty of weight, and that fast final sectional where the Winnerby was still able to get over the top of him was a real pointer to quality in this horse, running the fastest last 400 metres of the entire day. And his ability to sprint like that gives us a strong guide as he rises in class and distance on Saturday, and he might need that acceleration again because the pace looks questionable. Now, Lavero has been racing on the lead at Happy Valley over 1650 metres. He's back in distance and switches tracks, but I think he still might be the leader because he does enjoy racing that way and does do well. Gracious Express, Silver King, they can also be contenders for the lead, but I don't think we'll see a lot of speed on, and I don't think we'll see the Winnerby or King Miles too far off the pace, but their acceleration is going to matter. But the tip from me in race 9, the Winnerby. His winning factor, the Rising Star. Now, I've got a big opinion of this horse. I think he's going to be a major player in the 4-year-old series in early 2025. And I think the kind of acceleration that we're seeing from him is a pointer to him having that sort of quality, and I think it's going to win him his race on Saturday. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Good luck on Saturday. We'll see you next time.